welcome to What the Fuck Sutter. I'm gonna get my bird. Let's see. We're in where are we at? Turned in a draft of 503, which I've pre-production draft. So waiting on network feedback from that. We've almost done breaking 506, and I've drafts of 504 and 505 written. I will start my draft of 504 probably on Monday. Doing a little Outlaw Empire stuff this weekend, and right now I'm sitting here talking to you, playing with my bird. Questions. What else? What else did I want to tell you? You saw the video we did last week. We did our DVD commentaries. Had a lovely meeting with Mr. Charlie Hunnam today. Just kind of gearing up, getting ready to come back. All happening pretty soon. And we're still casting Damon Pope. We'll getting close on something, on someone, and hopefully we'll be able to close that deal in the next few days and make that announcement. Pretty exciting, I believe. Hopefully you think so too. Here's our question. It's sort of a general question, but I like it. It comes from Megan Carter from Nova Scotia, which apparently is in Canada, according to her email. She says, "Hey Kurt, do you have any favorite characters to write for? Thanks." That's a great question. You know, I think ultimately Jax is my favorite character to write for, just because it's his journey, and I think things always sort of circle back to Jax. But I'll go through periods in a season where, you know, different characters I'll sort of gravitate towards and really enjoy their voice. I've really come to love Unser's voice. That was one of those things. He sort of started as a very sort of thin, two-dimensional character, and you know, when you have great actors and that bring a lot to a role, and you know, Dayton Callie brings a lot of gravitas, and kind of really rooted that character for me, and really got a sense of who he was, and he's kind of a broken, soulful guy, and so I really enjoy writing that character a lot. You know, I like writing some of the absurd characters like Chucky. It's sort of like there's small scenes and there's not a lot of them, but sometimes those are so fun because we don't know a lot about Chucky, so it's almost like you can do anything, and the character is so absurd that it kind of lands, and you go, okay, Chucky does that, you know, and but it really, you know, it shifts back and forth for me. But I think ultimately, in terms of the heart of it for me, and what I, you know, what I really think about the most, I think, is Jax, and you know, and that's the voice that you know, is closest, not just closest to me in terms of who I am, but just closest to me in terms of understanding the how to drive the show. So that I would say that would be one of my favorites. Let's do one more. This one, let's do a. I'm jumping back and forth week to week. One week I'll go to the website and pick questions, and another week I'll go to the email. And apparently Biff is going to choose his question, and Biff chooses a question from, this is from Susan McGee, who actually has like 47 questions, but we'll choose one. She says, Susan McGee from, she doesn't say where. She says, thanks for making available to the fans, yourself available to the fans, for creating something unique and compelling. I have a few questions, but would be thrilled to get any of them answered, or any one of them. Let's see. She says, 1. What within Opie's character will allow him to be able to sit at the table with Clay? Is it loyalty to Jax or loyalty to the club? Or do I choose 2? Is Bobby's character going to be similar to Otto's now, or will he return to the club somehow? Or will it be question number 3? Some of the best moments on SOA, in my opinion, are the ones where humor breaks the intensity. Will there be more? Question number 4. I hate to see Gemma's character weakened, but with her descent from the throne, is it inevitable? Question number 5. Suddenly I'm the movie phone guy. This one's going to sound silly, but are you aware that there's a shitload of people looking for the brand and model of Gemma's gradient sunglasses? Google it and you'll be amazed. And I'm one of them, so can you please let us know? Thanks so much. Is it September yet, Susan? So many questions, Susan. The sunglasses, I have no idea. We used to get that question on the Shield all the time. Everyone wanted to know what sunglasses Vic was wearing. Opie's character, Bobby, you know, so many of these I don't want to answer because they'd spoil. So which one can I answer that wouldn't spoil? Here we go. I'll answer number 3. About the best moments being humor. Yes, there will always be humor. You know, this show initially was, the initial conceit of this show was to have lots of, you know, there's an absurd dark humor that runs through this show, and it was something that I discovered when, you know, not that I was the one that discovered absurd dark humor, because that's not true, but when I was researching clubs, you know, it was, there's this irreverent and tone and this irreverent sort of flavor that these guys have. You know, when you go into the clubhouse, when you spend time with these guys, they're really funny, and they have very big personalities, and humor is a lot of what they use to sort of navigate through, you know, some of the more intense and dangerous parts of the gig, you know, and that didn't get lost on me, and I thought that's really, you know, that's a component that the show needs. You know, it's a component that the life needs, that you need the balance of, you know, having a sense of humor about who you are and what you do that allows you to kind of move through your day. And, you know, for a TV show that you're dealing with, you know, the intensity of these family dynamics and a lot of violence, and, you know, you definitely need that dark humor to offset that, you know. And if I go back to my pretentious Shakespeare model, you know, there was always the use of you know, of the comedic, you know, of the use of comedy in within, you know, tragedies that and the history plays that allowed the viewer that respite between, you know, between the intensities of all the violence. So, you know, we definitely use that comedic device to bring some levity to the show, and I try to use it as frequently as I can. Usually there's a lot more humor on the script level, and what ends up happening sometimes through actor interpretation, sometimes the jokes don't land. We're not a comedy, so a lot of times we don't have the ability to be on set and kind of rewrite jokes. You know, sometimes we'll try different things, and but you know, so sometimes the jokes will just go away because they don't work, and sometimes they go away just because, in terms of trying to crush and get these things down to time, unfortunately, you know, sometimes you have to lose the lighter moments that don't push story forward. So there usually is a lot more humor on the script level that ends up being in cuts, but I do try to preserve as much as possible because they definitely, you know, it's definitely a big piece of the life. It's a big piece of the show, and you know, I love the fact that we have the ability to make, you know, within the period of a 10-minute act on TV, we can make people, you know, laugh, you know, cringe and cry. You know, to me, if I can do all those three things in an act, I'm doing my job. So thank you, and we'll keep moving forward with scripts, and hopefully I'll have some information about casting the next week or so. And keep sending the questions either to the What the Fuck Sutter, WTFSutter at sutterinc.com, or if you go to the sutterinc.com website, there's a place to leave comments and questions, and I will do my best to answer them. And that's it. Thanks. I'll see you next time.